Good morning, guys. Hope you're doing well. This is the COT data video for the week beginning the 23rd of the February 2026. We had a SCOTUS ruling that went against Trump on Friday. SCOTUS is the Supreme Court of the United States. So if you hear SCOTUS, that's what that means. And they overruled it and they said it was unlawful. And now Trump's going to probably have a little bit of a tantrum and is saying a 15% tariff worldwide. It was 10%. And then he woke up in the morning and said, and then he decided, I'll put it up to 15. So it looks like he's changing his mind and things. And I think he'll probably maybe walk back on it. But, just bear that in mind. It's going to probably impact some risky currencies like the Australian dollar and the yuan as well in China. Okay, so the bubbles are indicating pound is fairly bearish. And we've got a strong Aussie and a strong Swiss. These lot here, they're going to have a big hustle and a big fight. And we're going to see which one remains, the victor by Friday, because you have to remember that this data gets reset every day and each week. So I think these might be a bit tricky. You could look for pound Aussie for a sell, potentially pound Swiss for a sell. Ideally, what would happen is that the pound would come over here, and then that would make it a strong sell because they were long and they added long. So this would be really good. If the pound comes over here, that's like sort of cementing that bias for a sell. Likewise, if the Australian dollar comes over here, that's going to cement the buy bias because they're short and they added short. Okay, added long, added short. And then you get a bob over here, and then you're going to trade that distance. Okay, and that's the delta that we trade. And later today I need to make a video on the robot because that's going out into Discord for the weekend for Monday, tomorrow. And so I just need to do a quick video about how to install it. It's dead simple. It's like any other bot for MetaTrader 5, but you just need to go into tools, options, and add a URL. All right, so then that's free for all Discord members. Okay, so that's how we stand. So look for potential pound weakness, Aussie Swiss strength. So obviously Aussie Swiss itself as a pair, that may be a bit tricky. Okay, so come to the COT data. Euro has stopped in its tracks at the resistance from 2023, like I thought it would, because the ECB don't really want too strong a euro for the export-import reasons. Obviously, as too strong a euro makes their goods less attractive abroad. Okay, so that's just like the fundamental nutshell there. And so they may bring the euro lower because it doesn't fit their narrative. Okay, dollar is now positive. Okay, so that's the first time that's happened since then. So we've had a little bit of resurgence on the dollar. So bear that in mind. Okay, let's take that off. Actually, we'll take that off. I do know that this is weekly dates. Okay, so it goes back to 2022. So it looks like we're doing this. And you see, so let's add the yen. I had to take that off because it's a bit annoying. Yen, and then we'll see how we go with that. And they're actually forecasting an 80% chance of hike in March. So that's going to be quite bullish for the yen. And we can see the non-coms positioning on the yen that have actually really bought it. It's almost gone in a straight line, 191 to 129. So we're back positive, and it's been really bought. It's been heavily bid. Okay, so there's the UJ sell because the yen is stronger than the dollar. Okay, so that could be a potential scenario that you could look at is for dollar yen weakness. But you've got to be careful that it can be quite a tricky pair to trade. So there's the non-coms heavily buying the yen. Okay, euro off. So we know that we've hit that resistance. Okay, we had like that head and shoulders, and then we did that move, and then we continued lower. Okay, so Aussie euro off, Aussie on. Aussie's pumped as well. 26, 45. Wow. So that's quite bullish. So we come back to the bubble. The crowd are short. we come back to the COT data, the non-coms are long, they're not long. They really weren't, they strongly bought it. It could be to do with sentiment. They could be looking at that. We don't really know for sure. It's possible. We're talking like a lot of money, a lot of liquidity in the retail space. So, the non-coms, they could be looking at it. Australian dollar, pound. And the pound's just doing what I thought it was doing. We're just sort of zigzagging and retracing, and we're negative, minus 42, and I don't know if I can show you, minus 16. So quite bearish, and that harks back to what I said about the bubble, and looks like we may revisit that low. It could be getting quite bearish if we do break it, because then we'll be below that one as well. So we'll be below a 2022 low. So keep an eye on that one. If we break that, then we'll have that support break, and then that one as well. And we could continue lower. Also, we've got to remember we've got elections coming up in the UK, and the local elections, and it's gonna be quite telling about the UK state, the government, and how happy the people are. They're not happy at all right now, and that may reflect in the currency. To do with sentiment and confidence, and you just have to be a bit careful, because these elections do move the pound a lot, in my experience. Okay, so they've sold it, the non-coms. CAD, yeah, they've really pumped. Plus 25. Oh, I don't know yeah. Well, anyway, we did definitely pump. Minus 40, we could argue, back there. And we've really moved up higher. It's really surged. So, that's moving up higher. And so's the yen, so's the dollar. So I probably would be careful of like dollar CAD and CAD yen. Okay, because we can see they're moving up in parallel. CAD off, and gold. Gold. Now, are we breaking that low? 159, 161. Oh, so it's close. Yeah, we're holding that support just. So this week will be very important for gold. We break that low, then we're probably going to have to revisit that. Breaks that, we're going to revisit that, 71, and then that, and that's the last one. Break that, we may even start going towards zero, which is the first time I've seen that happen. We've never seen it go below zero in the years that we looked at COT data. So positive, but they have been selling it, okay? Because you can see we're above the zero line here. They have sold it. And New Zealand dollar. We're just sideways on that. We're just range bound, and we have been for ages. And likewise, Swiss franc. And what I will do now is I'll wrap up, and I'm going to prepare the video for the robot, and that will have like a Google Doc file to accompany it, because it will have some links to the Google Drive in order to get the EA, and a link for other purposes as well. So a document would be useful for you guys, and then fingers crossed we continue to be profitable, because the last 3 weeks I've done some proof of concept testing on the robot, and it's been positive the last 3 weeks, so that's good. And now we're into the testing phase, and in case you're wondering what the bot is, it's simply it's just this. That's all it is. It's that, that thing that you're subscribed to in Telegram. That's what will come into MetaTrader 5. So when you see these big moves, when we're having like plus 5%, that will come into MetaTrader 5. Friday was a bit of a weird day, to be honest with you. We didn't really have too much moves, but more often than not, we have a nice profit, and then have to respond to that message. Okay, and that's it. So I'll do that video now, and then so keep tuned for that, and I'll speak to you guys soon.